Hello everyone, JamieStarr for the New World News Network. On this episode, we are going to get into an article written by our British correspondent, P. Levy. The curious death of a British soldier, Dean Carl Evans, killed in a firefight in Syria. A story is circulating the British newspapers, a story that is unconfirmed by the MOD. As I write this, a British soldier was killed during a firefight. His dad was shocked as he thought he was a farmer. Why is this curious? If he is a British soldier, who deployed him? Westminster voted no to action in Syria. Cameron said there will be no ground troops. Is this why the MOD have distanced themselves to the story? If it were true, would the press who are reporting this be committing treason? As they would have leaked classified information that there is indeed British troops in Syria, putting the whole mission at risk, exposing a secret deployment and possible location of the mission, also making the public ask the question I am. What are British soldiers doing in Syria? Does this explain why his dad didn't know he was in the army and thought he was a farmer? I mean, that right there, it's not even like you're in the reserves. It's your father thinks you're doing basically the complete opposite of what you are doing. Now, the story has had time and days to pass. The story has evolved, and now they say he was fighting alongside the group YPG, People's Protection Units, a Kurdish force battling ISIS. How did the father learn of the death? Well, later the father confirms the Home Office called him. Did the father know he was fighting before he was killed? If so, did they fail to tell the father? Did they know he was deployed? Did they think he was perhaps a mercenary before he was killed? Is it weird they get news of his death but not of his deployment or engagement with YPG? Is it possible this story was reported in error by the BBC, causing risk to exposing a live operation by British forces in Syria? Are we seeing a backtrack to cover up the fact that British troops are in some capacity have been deployed in Syria? Or was it down to little information at the time, wrong information due to the fog of war? I don't know. I thought it was curious and mildly suspicious. Only this week, former acting director of the CIA, Michael Morrell, suggested the CIA could take covert measure to kill Russians and Iranians via armed proxies in Syria. This was during a discussion with talk show host Charlie Rose. What do you think? I think this is all very... I don't even know the right word. It's suspicious is one thing. Very troubling and problematic, because we're talking covert measures to kill Russians. Okay, so we know things have been escalating with Russia, even though the news hasn't been wanting to talk about it. But if you pay attention to Putin's statements, he's basically been telling everyone to chill the fuck out. There's been issues where the United States government has been pissed at Putin for taking out ISIS and bringing the fight to them because the West runs ISIS. Also, the Iranians, I thought we just sent them a shitload of money, and I thought we were like giving them nukes and all this other crazy shit. So why would we be fighting them? It very much seems like the typical playing both sides of it, that there are people who sit above this, who make tons of money off of these wars and just don't care about the human lives because they just see them as potential opposition, and it's better to just have them wiped out than ever have a chance of them standing in the way. So, comment below with your thoughts if you know anything about this. Also, if you want, I recently did a chat with Pete Levy, where we talked about numerous other issues. We're going to try to have another one up this weekend, delving into more of the occult aspects and Satanism and ritual sacrifice and stuff like that. But he's a contributor to the New World News Network. He's our British correspondent. So everyone support the article. Also check out the site that this is on, Steam it, I don't know how exactly it's pronounced, but it's based around blockchaining, and it seems to be a really cool idea as far as blogs. If you see, when you sign up, you are given a amount of their currency, and if you uppost it, the authors can potentially make money from posting these articles. So, very cool concept. Facebook isn't paying you to post no bullshit, so check it all out, subscribe to the channel, check the links below. Have a good one, everyone.